Okay, I think we're live now. Okay, so for everyone joining our live stream today, please share this with your friends and family. Today's live stream is on studying a medical course in the UK. So if you are interested in doing so, thinking about it, or know anyone who is interested in studying a medical course in the UK, please share this live stream with your friends and family. So before we start, we're going to wait a little bit for more people to join us today. So you can help with that by sharing this video. So if you have any questions regarding studying a medical course in the UK, please drop a comment and we'll try to answer your question during the live stream, or if we do not have the time to do so, we will definitely reach out to you afterwards. So today's live stream is streamed on several of our pages. We have 012 Global, 012 VN, 012 India, 012 Arab, Naomi Nguyen Official, and our YouTube account, Naomi UK Official. So make sure you like this video, share it with your friends, like our pages, and subscribe to our channel. We do these live stream webinars every day. So every day you can profit from some free information from us on a different topic. On our YouTube account, we also have over 150 videos on different topics. So if you missed any of our past live streams, or if you're interested on some other topics, make sure you like and subscribe to our channel, and you will be able to find more information on there as well. However, if you still have any questions about any topics, please feel free to contact us and we will give you a call, send you a message, whatever you're comfortable with, to make sure that we will answer all of your questions. So we're going to wait a little bit for more people to join us. So make sure you like and definitely share this live stream. If you have any questions on studying a medical course in the UK, please feel free to drop your questions in the comment box. We do have a restricted length of time planned for today, and we'll answer questions on a first come, first served basis, starting with those questions that we have received prior to this event. So if we cannot answer any question from you today, we will send you a message or give you a call after the live stream. So make sure you leave a comment or send us an inbox message, and we'll make sure your question is answered. All right, so like I mentioned, we do have different channels. We do these live streams every day. Make sure you like and subscribe and watch any of those videos. This live stream will be available afterwards on our YouTube channel and our Facebook pages as well, in case you missed it. And today's video is on studying a medical course in the UK. So we are 012 Global. We are previously known as Sky and I, and we have over a decade of experience within the legal advice, accounting, and mortgage, but especially the education sector. Today we will be joined by Ivy, who has been working with us for many years and who has a lot of experience in helping students with their admission into medical courses in the UK. So let us welcome Ivy to the live stream. I think you are still on mute. Yeah, it's fine.
All right, okay. Hello, everyone. So, coming back with another topic, just the usual, just giving information for students that are actually interested to come to the UK and study a particular, I would say, a particularly challenging, or should I say, a more differentiating course compared to the rest of the other courses. So for those of you that want to become, let's say, a doctor or a surgeon or a nurse, or let's say anyone that like to be in the medical line of service, we do help international students from outside England, outside the UK, to actually come here and become, a practitioner, should I say, if you do wish to do so. So yeah.
All right. So let's start with the questions that we have received prior already. But if you do have any questions in the while we're speaking, leave a comment and we'll try to answer those as well. Okay, so the first question that a lot of students have that consider studying a medical course is, what requirements do I need to meet in order to be able to study a medical course?
Okay, all right. So to be able to study a medical course, you would need to actually have a very advanced level of English. And here we're not only talking about the general sort of level of English where you can just communicate to get your message across, but it's got to be at the level where you've got to understand the concept of studying medicine. So that means that you've got to be updated with all the news, or you've got to be updated with all the medical sort of like related information, or the medical system in the UK on its own as well. So for example, if you do come into the UK as a student, um, as as the first time coming, you would always need to pay for your what we call the immigration health surcharge. You would need to actually know what all these are. So what does it actually mean to be paying immigration health charge? You would then have your personal detail. Um, when you come to the UK, if you register with a GP, a general practitioner, then you will have your detail along with your visa register with the National Health System, so the NHS here, the National Health Service, sorry. Um, so that when you do go to any location within England with a fingerprint or with some sort of details such as your date of birth or your address, people have a track record of what you have been through in terms of medical history. So things like that you would need to pick up on along the side with an English level that will help you to communicate all of this information into fluent communication. So that's first, and then you've got to have a really strong personal statement to sell yourself and basically compete with other students, compete with other candidates, to like basically highlight why you should be selected for this particular course or this particular university rather than another course. And then you would have the BMAT and UCAT tests. So these tests are very specific and tailored for the needs of recruiting medical students. So they do test the logic. So they test your numerical skill. They test your analytical skill. So they test all these skills along the side with your academic transcript. So not only that you need to do really well in school, you would need to actually be a quite bright student to be able to pass the test or to score at the score that is preferred by medical school. And another requirement is that you have got to just submit your application through the channel of UCAS. So we mentioned UCAS yesterday, which is the University Colleges Admission Service. So you need to apply through UCAS, because through UCAS, medical school can actually reach out to all the former colleges that you were at your previous academic institute to actually verify your information or verify your academic performance. And based on that, they can already have a rough idea of who you are. And, then they would put you in interview. This can actually take place from, let's say, 3 to 6 times. So you would have to go through different stages of the interview to actually be able to enter medical school. So interview skill is something that you really need to work on. And so, pairing the interview skill and the communication skill and your English, all of that put together will hopefully get you through the 6 stages of the interview. But if you don't, then but if you feel like that's something that you're struggling with, then you would need to really work on, like start working on it 1 or 2 years in advance while doing your A levels. And also after the whole interview procedure, then you finally receive your unconditional offer. And after that, you would be granted entrance into the university. So for some specific situation where student would either not make their UCAT or BMAT or miss the deadline for these two because they only take place once a year, or for some reason they can't really get the IELTS that the medical school actually need, then they would need to go through a foundation course. So that would be advised by us as well. So during this whole course, we basically prep you again with the content of the course itself, but then we would, help you and support you with all the other skill if you lack any. So let's say that's the whole procedure of applying into a medical school. But if you feel like you've got a gap that you need to fill, Zero One Two is here to help you filling in that gap with you. So yeah.
All right, thank you very much. So the next question you have touched upon already, which is, what is the application procedure? And I know many would also like to know how long does it really take and when do we need to start the application process?
So I would advise students to actually start their application as soon as possible. So you should need to get your application out there first. That's the first thing that we're going to be helping you with. But ideally, if you are planning for medical school, plan at least 9 months to 12 months in advance. So before you even go on to your second year of your A level, like the last year at college, at the end of your AS, we would recommend you to actually seek out to us so that we can actually start helping you with your application, get that done first thing. Second thing, during that whole year, if you feel like you need a bit more time to work on BMAT, you can, or if you need to work on a few trial tests to see where you're at, or if you feel like you need to practice your interview skill, or if you need to go to a specific course to train yourself to write a good personal statement, or all these tiny little things, it's going to be taking time. And also with UCAT and BMAT, they only take place once a year. So you want to actually allow yourself a lot of time to practice these before you can actually go for the one in October and November. Because if you do miss them, that is your only chance and you won't get them until the next academic year coming forward. So ideally, I would advise students to really reach out to us right at the end of their AS, which is the first year of the whole course of A level. So right at the first year of A level, do reach out to us so that we can actually advise you on your application to medical school. And just in case that you do require an international foundation year for these medical courses as well, we would be able to help straight away so that we can actually get you on your feet as soon as possible. Yeah.
All right, thank you very much. Um, so the next, some of the questions that people or students ask themselves when considering studying a medical courses, what are the chances of actually getting a job in the UK if they do a medical course in the UK?
All right. So there are a few different, um, I would say, a few different university colleges, and then there are differentiation in the courses themselves as well. So let's say there's a student that would like to do optometry, so they want to become optometrist. Um, Basically a doctor, but working with eyes and this bit of the human. So you can always apply for a bachelor course of optometry at any of the university that actually offer this course. But medical school here that we mentioned, we actually mean the actual 5 to 6 year length of time medical course. So for people that actually want to train and go become a doctor, a surgeon, somebody that actually practice as a practitioner, somebody that would want to become a GP in the UK. So these are very specific. They are completely different to the 3 year length of time undergraduate courses at university. Now, the big difference is that if you choose the medical, sort of like medicine related courses at university, which usually go on for 3 to 4 years, you are talking about tuition fee of about 13 to 16, 18, 20,000 pounds per year max. and you're paying that for 3 4 years. However, there will be no job guarantee at the end when you finish or when you graduate from the course. You would then need to actually seek a let's say a medical institution within the UK that you can actually work at, or that are happy to actually give you a tier 2 sponsorship for you to be able to actually stay in the country and work for them. Now, the medical course that we're talking about is actually 5 to 6 years. And for that course in the UK, you have got to pay at about £40,000 per year, and you're paying that for about 5 to 6 years. But right at the end, when you graduate, you are guaranteed that you will be put through a compulsory training course with the NHS to be able to actually work with them. So you actually have to go in there, be trained, have the practical experience first before you can actually go and practice as the practitioner in the UK. That is the one that we are talking about. So with the going back to the student that would like to apply to these bachelor degree that are medicine related, it doesn't mean that there's no job for you. It's just gonna mean that it's gonna be a lot more challenging for you when you graduate. But then with the other student that go for the longer course, the even more challenging course, it's not going to be easy for them during the course, but right at the end, when they graduate, they are guaranteed with that opportunity to be able to train by the NHS and to be able to actually work for them as well. So there's a trade-off there. But of course, with the longer course, with the mainstream medical course that we're talking about, they do require a lot more than just the undergraduate bachelor level of study, like I just mentioned. Saying that doesn't mean that it's going to be easier to apply for one or another. It's just when it comes to medicine, when it comes to medical, it's a scientific course and it's going to be challenging, it's going to be competitive. So they are equally difficult and challenging enough for international students. So that's why that we actually need you to reach out to us as soon as possible. And if you do want to actually secure a job opportunity, we will be able to advise you on that as well. If you do want to, get some let's say some feedback or some advice, some people that actually have secured a job in this industry um, successfully, then we are the people for you to reach out to.
All right, thank you. In addition, or regarding to what you just said, we also had someone in the comment section asking about how long it would take to actually become a doctor in the UK.
Well, I mean, it's gonna be dependent on what specialization you're gonna be in as well. Um, so when working with children, there might be procedures that you need to undergo that will take longer than the normal age group. Or if you want to just go for a ward where you're working with um, you're working with, let's say you're a surgeon, it's gonna be there would need to be more practice and there would need to be more training. And as long as you can actually pass the test, or you can pass the guideline, or you meet all the criteria of actually going out and practice as whatever it is that you would like to become, or whatever it is that you at the end of your course think that you would want to have as a career, then you would have to meet the specific guideline and criteria by that board to be able to go out and complete that whole course and can actually call yourself whatever it is that you want to become. So there's no specific timeline for you to sort of like, okay, I would need 3 years, I would need 5 years, I would.
I think we're having some technical issues because I just stopped being able to hear what you're saying. I can't hear you at the moment. Yeah, now it's fine.
Right, so I was just saying, it will really depend on the specialization within the medicine industry. So whatever it is that you would like to become, it's going to have a different criteria or requirement, or should I say, um, there's going to be a different need of training, or a different need of practice, or a different need of test that you need to pass to be able to actually complete the whole training course with the NHS, and would call yourself that. So for example, if you're somebody that working with children, there might be other things that involve within the practical world when you're working with them within the environment of a hospital, which is completely different to a ward of people that work with people that got, issues with their brains, or it's going to be so different from each of the sector within a hospital as well. So it's really depend on what you want to become and which career aspect you want to aim yourself into. So right at the end of your course, you would need to pick a specialization that you want to go into, the path that you want to be in, so that you know exactly like how long of the training and how long of the practice and how much of the practice you would need to do. So if you do want to ask about a specific career aspect as well, then do reach out to us, and then we would be more than happy to advise you on that.
Right, thank you very much. So now as a last question, usually what students would ask us is, how can 012 Global help me, and why should I do my application through 012 Global?
Okay, so there are a lot of unique selling points for our support for our student within applying for a medical course in the UK as an international student. So, 012 Global, you will have up to 40-minute consultation. One of our experienced staff member that would advise you on everything that basically been covered in this live stream, or anything in relation to medical courses within the UK for international students. And then we would have a representative from Cambridge University, one with a medical professional that would give you a 30-minute consultation as well. So you can ask any question, or if you would like to aim yourself high for the top ranked university for medical course specifically as well, you get the chance to actually speak to them directly for half an hour. So you can actually prepare your questions and just get them to answer. See the perspective of a professional from Cambridge University as well. And also we are more than happy to help you to create a personal plan in terms of what are the timeline of all the deadlines when the application would need to be submitted by, for different university, what course, and whatever it is that you need course in the university, we will be giving you the information enough so that you can actually make the right decision for yourself. So we also send some of our students to what we call medical exclusive personal statement course. So we don't write your personal statement, but we will send you off to a few different courses where they would train you the way where, if you have any message for the for the people at the university to judge on your personal statement, what kind of language or what kind of vocabulary, or how you would word your personal message into a personal statement, so that you can actually create your very own unique personal statement that will stand out and highlight your selling point. And another part on top of that is that we also send students off to some UCAT and BMAT courses should they require any more training on these types of tests, because they are not provided within let's say within your academic institute. So you would need to go to a special course where there are specialists that will help you to get you to that advanced level to stand out. And also, going to these courses also mean that you get a lot of interactive teaching, learning material, and a lot of practice tests as well.
So you do have a lot of chances to try these tests out before actually sitting for your actual test in November or in October. And we also help you book your UCAT and your BMAT test as well if you are not familiar with booking the test. Also, we will give you a comprehensive interview booklet with tips and exam for interview question. So you can actually study these. You can actually have a really good, you know, a really good sort of like observation of what are the things that you need to consider when trying to practice your interview answers. And all of these booklets are designed by Cambridge medical graduate. So where else would we want these from? And then if you are still not very confident with your interview skill, we are more than happy to sit and do your mock interview with you. Now we can only give you feedback, basing that on the material that we actually have, just so you have a rough idea what it's going to be like when you are being interviewed by a medical university. And finally, we can actually complete your university application with you. So you don't need to, there's some student, even though their English is really good and they do understand everything within the application form, but when it comes to like filling up an application form for one of these medical school, it's still very nerve wracking for them. So we are more than happy to take you through your application and go through bit by bit. We will make sure that we explain every single thing on that application so that you would provide the exact information that the university is asking for. So yeah.
Thank you very much. So I think these were all of our questions at the moment. If you're watching this and you have any questions left, feel free to contact us. Send a message to our social media, leave a comment, or down here is also our WhatsApp number display where you can give us a call or send us a WhatsApp message, and we will advise you on your individual case. All right, so these are all of our questions. Make sure you like and subscribe our channel. We do these live streams, webinars every day on different topics, so make sure you don't miss out on any. And thank you very much for watching.
Okay, see you next time.
See you. Bye.